Hey everyone, one of my viewers requested, it was a good idea, it was more of an idea than a request, but he said, well, it was both. He said, you know, I'd like to know, I'd like to see you talk about how YouTube has affected your life. And the irony is, I had been working on a book called My Life as a YouTube Partner. It was a memoir. And I think I got up to about 40 pages. I got a long way to go. But, and I really should just buckle down and finish it. But again, for those of you who don't know, my YouTube channel turned 10 today. This is April 21st of 2016. Full moon, I might add, full moon. And 10 years ago, I started the channel. I uploaded the first video, my interview with Bob McNair at the 2006 NFL Draft, April 29th. And I made 8,600, and I believe this will be the 12th video. Amassed over 65 million views and over 32,000 subscribers to date. Okay, no, I don't have 100,000. No, I don't have a million. But hey, look, you know what, YouTube? If you push me up there and you put me in the right place and you dump some subscribers my way, ding, 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 you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, how has YouTube affected my life? You know, it's just been 10 years of my life. I'm 53. I started 10 years ago, but you really have to start with how I vlog. And to me, this device, now I use an iPhone. I started off using a Panasonic camcorder, and then Sony, and then eventually fell in love with flip video cameras. Remember those? And it started really for me in just my inspiration. I've said this before and I'll say it again, was a guy named Renetta and the first group of vloggers. And that first group was something else. Spricket 24, Kinergy, I'm going to make sure sees this, Paul Rubin, that was Renetto, and there were others, Mr. Blackman, I think his name was. We met in 2007, if memory serves. It was late May, I want to say May 21st, May 20th somewhere, Pier 39, set up by my dear friend Beth Schnitzer, who was then with Pier 39 as the Vice President of Marketing and Sales. And we told each other stories. We talked about issues, about race issues, about being black, about how to engage with each other, how to talk with each other in this then new medium of vlogging, video blogging. But we're using it not just to tell our stories like I'm telling you my story, but to point the camera at somebody else and have a conversation with them as we're recording the conversation, you know. And I use that style and basically took it into everything that I've done. So there are a lot of my videos where I'm walking along and I might point at something in the back of me or point to something, or I'll say to the person, hey, do you mind being on video? No, and I'll point them. We're having a conversation. So basically, you are the third party in my conversations with other people, or you're the party in a conversation with you, right? And I think sometimes my mother gets rankled because she wants to see those stylized videos. That cute. I made some of those, okay? But I'm not a video guy. I'm a guy who uses the medium of recording video to show you a lens, my life through my lens. That's a big difference, okay? The difference is that it'll be a company that came to me and said, hey, Zennie, we want you to make a video, but we want you to include these colors, this voiceover, this angle, and by the way, shoot our car this way. You see what I'm getting at? So then you've got a Toyota commercial. This is different. Now, in this context, someone could come to me and say, hey, we want you to make a vlog through your lens about how you experience Comic-Con or WonderCon and talk about our hotel room, right? Or our car, or airplane ride. Get the idea? But it's always through my life lens. My life lens. So I learned to present that life lens from working, being around or watching Renetto and others. And I remember we were all trying to figure out this thing called vlogging. And there was a woman named Bree who started, I talked about this before, she started Lonely Girl 15, it's 13 and 15, right? And she became this phenomenon, which was later revealed was fake. Yeah, it was an actress, later played by Melanie McCoskey, and started by the Creative Artists Group, agency group, which the famous Hollywood agency firm that started by Michael Ovitz and Ron Meyer and those guys. Well, what? And we had this big conversation, which you can still find on Zennie62 here. If you type Lonely Girl in the search area, it'll take you right down to the video where I was talking about it. And I love those days. Also, that was pure vlogging. And in those days, unlike today, the vlogs that were these vlogs are part of a conversation, right? That we were all having with each other. And the most popular conversational threads hit the front page of YouTube. And so you had to be part of that conversation in order to get seen. That was cool. Sometimes you didn't. Sometimes you had to be more subscribers, and YouTube guys played their favorites and everything else. But it was still fun. And then YouTube was second banana to Blip TV. And Blip TV was another video show company, really the first, arguably, started by Michael Hudak and Dina Kaplan, to name two of the founders, who were but are wonderful people. And my life was forever changed when I met them at my first vlogging convention, Vlogger Con, which was produced by Shlomo Rabinowitz and Irina Slutsky. And it was held in San Francisco in 2007. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Early in 2007. I got in thanks to Jeffrey Heyman, who was then with Peralta College and Peralta TV, and I met him through my former boss, Oakland Mayor Elihu Farrar-Harris, who's still a dear friend, and he was the chancellor of Peralta Community College then, and introduced Jeff and I, and Jeff let me come into the very expensive convention free because I was helping Peralta TV. That was cool. Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate that. That was life-changing. I was one of six black folks, black people, of 300 vloggers, or would-be vloggers. And I met Amanda Cogden and Andrew Michael Barron, who had started Rocket Boom. And I remember being nervous. And today, to look back and think I was nervous to meet them is hilarious. But you know what I've developed over this time is confidence. And that's what this has done for me. It's brought out, if there's anything I could say about my life as a YouTube partner, is that it has made me more confident as a person. Not that I'm 100% supremely confident where I can do anything and say anything to anybody any time. Now, I have my limits. You know, there is still some shame in my game. But, you know, I think, but that confidence, also this confidence that comes with age, right? But this constant process, this daily process of making vlogs and essentially talking to an audience of people out there and getting feedback, and I think more importantly, being used to that feedback, has changed me in that I'm confident in any social situation. You know, I'm not worrying about what someone thinks, or, you know, I've concluded that, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. Whatever they think is their problem, not mine. Although there are those who want to make it my problem. That's a different story. But what I love are those times. But the other way this has changed my life is that as I got better and more confident, see, there were different stages of vlogging that I went through as I think about this. And I've said this before. The first stage is where you take the camera. Let's say this is the camera, and you point it at things, right? And oh, look at that tree over there. Oh, look at that stone. Oh, look at that, you know. But you don't point it at the face of a person. You might point it at an object. If you point at a person, maybe pointing it at their waist because you're afraid to point at their face. You think they're going to tell you to stop. Okay. The second order is when you're actually pointing to people and using the camera to record what they say. But the third order is this. Is when you're looking right back at yourself and you're recording what you say. And what I consider to be the fourth order is where you're doing this. Where you're back and forth and using the camera as a third eye that's there. Which could be you in a conversation full of people. And you're talking in part to the person and then back to the camera. Some would say breaking the fourth wall. I do that all the time. All the time. So where I've evolved is that my use of the camera is more fluid. Now in terms of milestones, many. And I feel like there's going to be another video for this part too. One major milestone that comes to mind is the video that I made at the Oscar Grant riots the night that they happened. And I remember I was taking my friend Emily Hittner around Oakland after we were just worked out at the gym and was showing her around. It was night, you know. It was fun. A little flirtatious. Anyway. And I dropped her off at her place. And I went back home and I heard these helicopters over. And I immediately changed clothes, went out, and went downtown Oakland, my flip video camera, and recorded basically a riot in progress in different parts of downtown Oakland. And wound up in the Cafe Van Cleef with Peter Van Cleef, rest in peace, great man, who said if you ever are in a riot in downtown Oakland, this is the place you want to be. But then I came out of that, out of Cafe Van Cleef, and I was walking down the street, and these four guys came up, kids, you know, young, or maybe 20, maybe 19, maybe younger than that. And one of them said, "You're that dude on YouTube." This was 2009. And that's when I knew I was doing something. And they gave me an interview about why they were rioting right then and there. You can see that here on Zennie62 on YouTube still to this day. It was also played on CNN headline news. And so I think when I started doing this, I also started focusing on politics. And CNN took note with CNN Special Projects Jessica Ellis, because I was also posted on the I Report, so I was contributing to the I Report. And then CNN had me on nationally. And then in 2009, I started posting on sfgate.com as part of City Brights, but I was the only video blogger. So now to this day, what happens is I can go on a plane or a bar or a train, BART train, and someone will see me that says, "Hey, I watch your channel. I'm a subscriber." Or even if they're not a subscriber, I've seen your videos. And so it's an eerie feeling to be part of, but it's also a cool feeling to be part of pop culture in that way. But you're sort of this micro celebrity. You know, I don't have a movie that I can point to that's, you know, major motion picture or commercial that I'm in. My mom said, "You should be in a commercial." She's right. I don't have that yet. But on the other hand, there are people who recognize me and they act like they recognize me, but they will not say so. And when they'll say something funny like, "Don't you do something? Where do I know you from?" And they want me to tell them, "Oh, you've seen my YouTube channel. Oh, you know me. Like, I'm the really big deal, huh? Yeah, I'm the really big deal." Yeah, come on. I would prefer if they just, you know, I used to prefer, I would just sort of just say, "Oh, I don't know," and I would leave it at that. But now I'm comfortable enough with what I do and the reaction to say, "YouTube?" And, you know, someone say, "Oh, yeah, YouTube." Okay, fine. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud, not only what I've done, but what YouTube has created. There are I don't feel compelled to talk about what problems there are because the benefits of YouTube far outweigh the problems. The problems are here, the benefits are here. You see that? See that? It's a big difference. Big difference. It has helped me become a better entrepreneur. Okay, here's another video coming on because this was getting too long. I'll be back.